What's going on? Okay. Hey, Merry Christmas, YouTube. Welcome to Play Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a good Christmas evening. And yeah, here we go with another one of these. And I'm going to read this message because I got a message before. Hold on. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'm just gonna maybe on air. What? Alright. Hey, okay. Alright. Alright. Anyways, what's up, everyone? Welcome. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Mine is still going. You can hear a little toddler upstairs, and they're still going strong. Okay, because we just keep eating dessert, and yeah, that's that's what we're doing. And I'm gonna do something a little unusual in that I'm going to start the stream by sealing models, which is a little unusual, but you'll understand here in a minute. Let me just clean my airbrush needle while we're getting ready. And you guys can tell me cool stuff. What did you get for Christmas? Did you get anything good? You know, or did you get anything upsetting? Did you fail? Did the gift that you was the most important for you to give to somebody? Did that work? Did it succeed? Fail? You know, which one? What was it? I don't know. But yeah, you guys are gonna hang out with me for a minute while I am getting my airbrush cleaned. If you're watching this on playback, you're probably gonna want to skip ahead. You're probably gonna want to skip ahead. I don't know. All right. Yeah, because I'm just gonna do a little bit. I want to clean the needle guard here. I just don't want to give this any. I don't want to give this any excuse to not work. I can hear my kids singing. I don't know if they're singing. They're singing something from YouTube. But yeah. Okay. All right. And there's a siren going outside. And that is a crazy lady. All right. Okay. So now, okay, I'm pretty clean. Let's put this guy back in here and let's do our little seal job, okay? And then we're actually gonna start painting. So that's what we're doing. If you're just joining, let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight we're painting, as the title suggests, we're painting Star Wars Legion, okay? And I'll explain this in a minute once I fix my needle. Okay. And then I'm going to load this bad boy up. I think we're doing okay. Now we're going to, let's fire up some sealer as we do. All right. So we're going to do a little satin sealer. Shake that sucker up. And I've got a few models here that I need to seal up. So just bear with me while I get all this ready to roll. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or threats, leave them in the comments section, and I'll get to it. I will respond, okay? You don't have to super chat me. You don't have to flash me a boob. You don't have to do any of those things. I will probably respond. It's definitely not going to be the kind of response that you might be excited for, but I will respond. So, that counts for something, right? Okay. All right. So we're painting Hoth troopers right now. Okay. And you're going, hey, that's not a typical Hoth trooper color scheme, right? I mean, it's kind of Hothy. But it's a little bit different. And it is a little bit different. I'm going for a slight variation on the Hoth color scheme. And you can see everybody kind of has the navy jacket and hat, right? That's about it. I mean, otherwise it is a Hoth scheme. What's up, David O'Connell? I should be assembling rebel vets or painting Killmonger. Thank you for chiming in. And Merry Christmas. And Happy Holidays. Or whatever you choose to celebrate this time of year. Happy that to you. Alright. And let's refresh that. There we go. Make sure we get comments here. I love the Ninyum guy. Ninyum. Best rebel alien guy ever. Ninyum. Love this dude. I'm gonna seal him. So I've got 2 squads here. So where's the other Ninyum? The other Ninyum. Here he is. Wow, you hear that rumbling upstairs? Those are my kids. Those are toddlers. They are just wrecking it up there. Okay. So 2 Ninyums done. This is the spotter. But yeah, I'm doing a speed paint. This is basically my last project for the year. That's not true. There is one more project after this. But this is my last, I guess, squad or multi. We'll say it's my last multi-miniature project for the year. Because I probably will paint a few more things before the end of the year, but they're not going to be like projects or squads like these guys are all part of a squad. Uh-oh. Am I facing a clog? I hope not. That would be very annoying right now. But yeah. So you can see they all kind of have these navy blue jackets. Okay? Everybody, they're all rocking these navy blue jackets, but otherwise, they're Hoth troopers. Right? Look, here's the officer. That should look pretty familiar to you, right? You should be getting where I'm going with this color scheme. Alright. So the Hoth guys are lit the same way Han's jacket was lit, so the brown shows up blue. Yes, which is really interesting because, you see shots of Han in that brown, you see him in that brown jacket, but it shows up blue on screen. I just decided to run with it. I just think it's cool. So I decided to make, this is Han's retinue, and they're all brown, they're all blue. know. I just think it's a cool look. Like even if it is a weird lighting trick, it's a cool looking scheme, right? And yes, the idea here is that this is his retinue, his personal retinue. So they all have the same color jacket he has. I just like it blue. I just think it's a cool. Hey, what's up, Dice Goober? Merry Christmas! What's up, dude? Welcome to the feed. Yeah, I also they're all gingers. I made I made any hair visible on these guys is gonna be ginger. I made them all. What's up, Chris? Merry Christmas. Oh yeah. So this was the speed paint. It has been. I started this on. I started this Thursday morning, I believe. Yeah, that's not 100% true. It's a soulless rebellion. It is, sir. Yeah, I did the build Wednesday evening, and then I started painting proper on Thursday. So now these are tabletop ready. They're not, there's still lots of little details. There's stuff we could add if we want to on the gunners and that kind of stuff. But the main effect of having these guys on the board, you get it when you put them down, right? They're cool. They have blue outfits. Task Force Ron. I like that. We could call him that. Yeah. Soulless Howard Rebellion. Yeah. We went full ginger on this one, boys. Hey, what's up, Jason? Painting Star Wars. Kudos to the people who have been to all 3 of my streams today. I've had 3 streams today and a secret video. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy Christmas day. So 3 streams and a secret video. If you have made it to all 3 streams, kudos to you. If you've made it to all 3 streams and the secret video, you know way too much about me. How about that? But it's been good times. It's been all good. Hope everyone here has had a good Christmas day, and that you're making the plans to enjoy the rest of your weekend. Jason, we gotta talk plans for the rest of this weekend. Tomorrow might be a thing. I might be able to put that together. We'll see. I have some stuff I got to do early, but I might be able to do something to that effect. Still getting some cloggy clogs here, but yeah. We're working on the Han retinue. En route to me picking up and playing the game again. You guys may have remembered back when the game first came out, I bought a starter set and painted it all up, and we did a stream on it, and I kind of reviewed it live after the one game. My reception of it was lukewarm, right? That was kind of like, My reception of it was better than 40K. But my main complaint was that I didn't want to play a full-scale war game. These are in the base. There's certain parts that are in contrast, but not entirely. There's a lot of just standard paints involved in these as well. But yeah, it's a speed paint in that the colors were blocked out in contrast, and then I did a bunch of highlighting and so on top of that. And these are game pieces, so I like to give them a hefty seal. So I love this ZZ Top guy. He's awesome. Oh, thanks. Yeah. The blue was a little tough because I started off with Leviathan blue, so contrast paint, and then I did Prussian blue, and I did Vallejo Prussian blue, and then heavy blue. Lukewarm internal temperature of a tut. Yeah. So one of my complaints at the time was I wish that I played with just the starter set back then, and I said I wish this was the game. Because we played it on a 3x3, and you have a fair bit of units and whatnot. And I said, I want to just play this. I don't want a big old table. I just want, let me put some pieces down and run at each other, shoot the lasers, make fun of Star Wars, and be good, right? And I just wanted it to be that. And lo and behold, they have a skirmish version of the game, and this was a few months back. We were doing some gaming, and Jason and Nelson broke out their Legion, and I think I was playing Guild Ball or something that day, and I was hanging out with those guys as well, kind of watching their game, going, "Hey, you guys are playing on a 3x3," and they said, "Yeah, we're playing skirmish," and I was like, "Wait, there's a skirmish version of this game? Color me intrigued." Right, and the other thing too is, I would play a mediocre game if I had cool people to play with. That's pretty much the rule. So, I even though I'm not like entirely hot on the game, I will still play it if there are enough cool people that I could get games with. So, and back then I told Jason and Nelson that eventually I would put together a small force so that I could put on the table and F around with these guys and play some games with them. So now is the time. Let's do it. Right? My son has his droid army and he's ready to go, and now we're getting ready to play a little of this. So it should be good. Right? So you kind of know what you're getting into at this point. You don't have huge expectations of like a game that's going to blow your mind or anything like that. But you you move your little army mans on the table and you shoot at the other army mans and you try to get the objective with your army mans. I'm okay with that. And as much as I don't really care for batch painting, there is something to be said about the satisfaction of putting down a nice cohesive force on the board, right? And this was a pretty big batch paint. Not the biggest I've ever done, but it's, I usually wouldn't be too happy about taking on, this as a single batch paint from a client. It's just not the type of commission painting I would want to do. It hurts the soul a little bit doing large commission batch paints. So I try to keep, unfortunately, I'll tell someone, can we just keep it to one squad and throw a few characters in. But I made an exception for me. Alright, so we got a good seal on these guys. Ooh, pretty good seal on them. So let's clean out the airbrush and let's move on. So the main gist, oh man, I didn't fill my water bottle. The main gist of the batch paint is done, right? The largest arm of the batch paint, the most tedious portion of the batch paint is now over, or just about. I mean, I should probably go and hit some details on these, you know, make them a little bit more presentable on the tabletop. But we'll see. I mean, I tend to dictate that on how much either something bothers me or how much fun I'm having. These Hoth troopers have the most variety, I think, the regular troopers with all the faces and beards. Oh, okay. I also was looking at the speeder, because that would be a fun paint, right? You don't need a speeder, but the speeder would be a fun paint. Also, those, what are they called? The fleet guys? Those guys are hilarious. They're hilarious looking, and guess what? Could easily match a color scheme if I wanted to continue on Commander Solo's wrong blue jacket. Half my Legion is painted negligent to finish them all up. That's, for me, that's like a lot of the fun of playing these, is not painting him, but putting down the painted miniatures on the board. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm happy, and hopefully the experience does not go downhill from there. No, I did not convert Han to Hoth gear. I'll show you Han where he's at. I just barely started him. I don't know. I think regular unit of stormtroopers have pretty good variety. Get the speeder, new update lets transports. It's a cool kit. I don't know. Them walk-hat dudes are pretty dope. I'm gonna have to decide. Yeah, all I did, and you can see it's just the block out right now. But all I'm gonna do for Han is I'm just gonna throw that wrong blue coat on him, so he matches his guys. And I'll put a couple of patches of just snow, like they're like melting snow, like he's walking into an interior structure. That's about it. I just want him to match. He'll match the army in that way. All right, let's get down to these. So now we got some Tantans. Get that speeder then. And then I got to worry about, one of my primary concerns is transporting this stuff around, because this stuff doesn't exactly fit my regular KR scheme for stuff. But yeah, so we got some Tantans underway, and let's see. I'm at the dry brush point, and you can see what I did was I took two different contrast paints. I took Space Wolf Gray and I took Skeleton Horde, and you can see I just haphazardly applied them as sort of the undercoat for this stuff. Okay, and then we're going to do the old dry brush technique to give some texture and some life to the fur, as it were. Let's see. Now I gotta find my trusty dry brush. Here it is. How are we doing? Just getting a little crispy. Getting a little crispy. Magnets and the writers of Hoth. Yeah, so I like tauntauns. That was part of what sold me on this particular force, because I was like, I'm only gonna do I'm only gonna, I was like, if I'm only gonna do one Legion army, it was either this, it was a Hoth force of some sort, right? It was either all Hoth stormtroopers or Rebel Hoth trooper. It was Hoth. That was pretty, and one of the draws for Rebel Hoth, obviously, tauntauns. Being able to paint up tauntauns is awesome, and it should never be overlooked or underestimated. The other idea was to go with, with the Imperial snowtroopers. So Imperial snowtroopers, Vader, and Imperial Guard. So it's all the all white, red, and black army. That would be kind of cool. All right, so let's do this deal. All right, if you guys do not know what this is MIG Ammo dry brush paint. This is something that I have been very reluctant to recommend because I don't support the idea of dry brush paint in theory. I don't recommend it in theory, but it's good times. So I like using this paint. What's the matter? Hold on. How do you reload? Okay. I did not get the stationary Hoth cannon. I didn't see it. I probably will get it, I guess, at some point. But yeah. Yeah, that Army of Imperial Guard still sounds kind of cool. Like Imperial Guard and Snowtroopers. To me, that sounds kind of cool. I'd be down for that. All right. Anyways. And really, this is just, you guys know this. It always starts off as a mess around army. Oh, I just want a mess around army, right? So I can hang out, talk trash, throw some dice, complain about how imbalanced the game is, but secretly just be bad and sad about my life. Yeah, right? And then, but then it's an army. This is my problem with army-based games is you're like, oh, I want to get the new thing for my army. Oh, I got to get the new, oh no, this came out. I need it for my army. That's the problem. That is the problem with army-based games. All right, let's get some. If I can do this in enough layers to try to get some texture. What I like about the double undercoat is it's gonna give the fur a much more mottled look, right? I originally planned to just airbrush these, but I actually had a problem with logistics because I started painting the troopers first, and I was like, oh man, I have to paint the troopers and the riders at the same time or they won't match. So I went ahead, started painting the riders, and as soon as I was done with that, I was like, oh crap, now the riders, now I can't airbrush this without messing up the riders. So I was like, okay, fine, it's fine. I can just do this, and this will actually give me a little bit better texture on the Tauntauns anyway. Specimens and Spec Camels. What's up, Nelson? No, all I got so far is the 2 boxes of troopers and 2 boxes of Tauntauns and Han and Chewie. That's all I got. And we're debating whether or not I pick up the speeder or I pick up fleet troopers. Just give me all the new things. Haven't announced new. Yeah, I I tried. I like to consider myself above that type of uh, mentality, but let's be real. I'm just as bad at that. You know, they announced the new Guild Ball or Aristea or Batman or thing. I'm always tempted. It doesn't mean I always buy it, but you know, always tempted. So that's pretty good. See how that, like, it's modeled. It's got different. It's got different things. It's got different things all over it. Right. But I do love that this dry brush paint, you get certain colors. You could just use them for almost everything you have. And this bone color is one of those colors. You can dry brush bone on virtually any model, and it will find some purpose. Especially if it's a dirty bone color, which is why dirty bone is still my favorite color from the Reaper line. It's like the most valuable paint in the Reaper line. You got some Tauntaun movie quotes in the chat. The other thought was like, what if I had the idea, I was like, what if I just painted them all red and white? And it was the Santa Claus Hoth army. That would be seasonal. And people would think that's cool. But I don't like painting red. So I didn't do it. Like, I don't like red as a red in, as like a, you know, I'm not going to do 20 models at the same time in the Santa Claus theme. I just don't. I don't see that. If a little bit of self-control, emphasis on tiny. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully everybody here had a good Christmas. That's what I'm hoping for. I had a pretty good Christmas. Can't complain. Pretty good. Got to paint. Got to do some painting, and you know, my kids were happy with their gifts, and I got some cool, like, I got cool, useful gifts this year, which I'm really happy about. And I got this weird geometry T-shirt. All right. Getting pretty nice looking texture on these. I gotta admit, I do love Tauntauns. I kind of want to have a battle of just Tauntauns versus Dewbacks. If that's a thing, would like to just see that. If you just did equal points, 500 points Tauntauns, 500 points Dewbacks. Would be kind of cool. You know, winner takes on the Banthas. would be cool if they had a rule for like jousting. Would be pretty cool, right? If you could joust, if a tauntaun and a dewback could joust, that would be pretty sweet. Like I would probably paint up all the models to make sure that that was a thing. Right? Who needs to play X-Wing? Just play Star Wars Mounted Joust. What's the name of those? What are the names of the creatures on Mandalorian season 1 that he learns how to ride with the Ugnaught dude? Those would be cool too. You know that they're gonna make those, and people go, I need to have it. I need to have it, and you'll see it on this screen, and I'll be painting it. I'll be painting that shortly after that comes out. All right. Blurg. That's right, blurg. Which sounds like a Futurama word. Blurg is like it sounds like Slurm, the cola that they had. They did something like that in the old school Clone Wars cartoons, just joust on speeders. Which, that would be kind of cool, right? Jousting on speeders, but jousting tauntauns versus dewbacks sounds kind of amazing. Yeah, I'm liking how modeled that looks. It should look messy. It should look messy. Right? Messy and textured. That's what we want. The nice thing about, army games is, in theory, once you have the base of an army done, right? You have you have 2 to 3 units of the troopers that you like, and you've got some grip on some of the characters you want to run. It's really not that bad to add to your army later, unless unless you're one of those guys that sort of follows the meta, and something comes out, some unit comes out that's so good you want to replace all your other units with it. That totally never happened in GW. I don't know what, that would have never happened in GW. That's not a thing, guys. That wouldn't happen. Okay. I'm gonna stop and paint the faces at some point. Coming season 3 finale, Mando on Tauntaun versus Bo-Katan on Dewback. They probably will do that, or something like that. Yay, fan fulfillment, fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. I will say one of my favorite things in season 2 was the fact that they have to team up with the Tusken Raiders to kill the dragon thing. That was awesome. Anytime you get that much airtime with Tusken Raiders, it's gonna be a win. Jeez, it's like they're screaming out there. It's late, people. Anyway. Okay. Whew. So now we just paint a bunch of saddles and stuff and faces. We paint faces. We paint faces, right? Yeah. Let's paint some faces and things. All right. So once again, welcome Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. We're painting Tantans, and you're allowed to leave your questions, your comments, or your threats. I will say that so far, this has been the most positive stream on Star Wars I've ever had. Hasn't it been? Right? When you guys say that, this has been the, you know, I'm only talking a little bit of shit on Star Wars, not a lot, just a little, and actually talking about things that I like tauntauns. All right, well, do that. The tauntaun is curling its tongue in its mouth. Jeez, they're loud. All right. And we're going to okay. Yeah, I definitely want to do some gaming this weekend. Um, if I somehow power through this and finish Han and Chewie, well, this will be ready. It'll be ready this weekend. We can play it this weekend. Otherwise, we're playing Arstea, which I'm not going to say no to. Or we have other options, right? We could play Malifaux. We could play Batman. We have plenty of options for stuff we could play. You just have to figure out what we're actually going to play. But I do want to get in. I would like to get in a game this weekend, and then next week is the light week at work. So I'm hitting everybody up. Whoever wants a game with me, please let me know in the daytime, especially what day works best for you. And I will arrange to not be at work so we could game during the day. All right. Are these? I don't know. I can't tell if are those like little, tiny little horns on the side of its face. Does it have two sets of horns? Oh man, that messed up my. I just want to know: is that a second set of horns, or am I just incorrectly looking at that? All right. But yeah, Han and Chewie are not. Once these guys are done, then it's just Han and Chewie. And that is not going to take very long at all to paint those two characters. They're very simple in their design. So I could literally just do that tomorrow morning if I wanted to. So the odds of this army being done and ready to go tomorrow are fairly good. I don't know how white the teeth are on a Tauntaun. Probably not that white. I don't think Tauntauns practice very good dental hygiene. Jason, I'm not sure what your question is. Where? You mean where to game? Well, I'm down for wherever. I mean, Alexa, what's the weather tomorrow? Ooh, it's gonna be a little cold tomorrow. Might be playing at the bar. That might not be the worst idea anyways, right? Because a lot of the GW kids have vacation from school right now. And so they may do the 40K 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 40K. They might do that. Christmas break 40K 40K. Right here. Let me show you. That's a song. Christmas break 40K 40K. So, see that little guy right there? Right there. Is that a horn? Or is that just like an extended muscle on the face? On this side, it looks like a muscle. On this side, it looks like it could be a horn. Let me see. See if the other sculpt has it. Yeah, the other sculpt has that. It's just it looks like it could be either. It could be a high cheekbone, just a super high cheekbone, or it could be a horn. I think it's just a high cheekbone, right? Oh, I triggered your Alexa. That's awesome. We're all being listened to. What's up, surveillance state? Your cheekbones? Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. What solves that mystery? You got a weird patch of white right there I want to fix. I kind of want the Tauntauns to be very happy looking in the face. Yeah, maybe we can get some gaming in tomorrow. For me, probably in the afternoon. For me. I gotta run some errands and such in the morning. And then I'm gonna try to free up. Alright. Tauntaun's face reminds me of... It does. It looks very Jim Henson to me. Where is, that one has a weird white patch. I just want to put a little bit of, I just want to put a little touch of like Gilliman flesh on it. So I don't have to worry about it. Right there. A little bit of Gilliman flesh right here, just to kind of blend it in. There we go. Okay. And now I guess I'm just gonna dot the eyes. And then we'll start painting in the saddle and saddle bag and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So, I didn't hear anybody get anything cool for Christmas. I've been asking this on my streams today and haven't really heard a whole lot. Just curious. Anyone? Anything good? Or is this crowd, I mean, this crowd here, we kind of get, at least gaming stuff, we kind of just get what we want when we want it. we don't necessarily get surprises, because I know that is incredibly dangerous to do to somebody, right? The fact that Nelson and Jason got me that cool Parvati set, that was a calculated risk, but even that could have been risky, right? Even I could have turned around and go, no, I actually have that set, right? Alright, so back with the pupils, boop. There we go. And by the way, I am not criticizing your decision to do that, because that's an awesome mini, and I cannot wait to have some fun painting up Parvati in the, I'm going to do like I'm going to go more like Ghost in the Shell style with her. So I'm looking forward to doing that. All right. So, looking pretty good, guy. Oh, those ears should probably be, they're kind of light on the outside, but I'm going to do a little bit of, just a tiny little splotch of pink in there. So you just kind of, just to help you believe that something's going on in their ears. Right? Just a little tiny little splotch. And in fact, I'm gonna wash the ear once those are dry. So yeah, tell me about anything cool you may have gotten, or maybe something cool you may have wanted and you didn't get, and tell me about like how much you hate the world because of that. Or you can also tell me about, I don't know, your feelings about Tauntauns. I'm not sure. But yeah, curious about what people got, like cool stuff. Anyone get cool stuff? A dog jumping in your lap, that could be a cool thing you get for Christmas, right? That was one of my son's favorite things, is that dog that we dog sat for a month, the little Chihuahua. The owner brought the Chihuahua by, and he got to see the Chihuahua. Heads up, Jose. Merry Christmas, dude. All right. I guess we start on the saddle things. My brother gave me some Rohan characters for the Lord of the Rings tabletop games. Guess you're collecting Rohan now. Oops. That's cool. I think my favorite thing that I got this year was I got a little multi-tool with a hammer on it. That made me very happy. Like, very happy. Jose got his Defiance set. Sweet. I believe Chris also got his Defiance set in. So happy Defiance gathering. That game does look fun. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna be boring here with the saddles. Oh, possibly, yeah. That's a thing. If people want to try Defiance, that would be cool. You mean you're not just gonna paint your entire Kickstarter first and then bring it in? Defiance is built and ready to go. Sweet. How narrative is Defiance? Is there, I'm sure there's a campaign mode, right? Is there like a character progression or anything in Defiance? Oh, you're out gaming all day tomorrow. That sounds like fun. Jose, you around this weekend for gaming? We need gaming. We could get four together and play some prime time. Always fun. I gotta put snow on these dudes. On these dudamuses. Um, I guess gaming wise, there's not much I want at the moment, right? You're just deciding, if I do add to this, do I add the snow speeder, or do I add the walk hat dudes? Because I do love the walk hat dudes. Unfortunately, no. Family obligations? Dude, when is your family obliged to let you, like, live a life? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, okay, no worries, dude. You got relatives in, Jose? I would assume so. Or I always figured this time of year though that it would be the other way around. That this is usually the time of year when you're going to the PI, not the other way around. All right. Yes, sir. Those are the many straps of the tauntaun. Uh-oh. I lost my... We lost the chat. Hold on. There we go. There we go. So you can't game at all this weekend, Jose? No Sunday either? Not I Sunday I think is gonna maybe a little harder for me. I don't know. People mess with my weekend. I'm not sure. And sometimes I just go, that's enough. I'm doing what I want to do. I do that sometimes. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but yes, sometimes I do that. I'm like, you didn't tell me. Too late. I want to do this. That is what I am doing. Have a good weekend. You do the gift and food drop pickups and very short hellos. You gotta make the rounds. No, that's cool. Going to do those things. What did I just do? Oh, you gotta do the. We saw yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday we saw some families like meeting in like a parking lot to do a gift exchange. They did like a tailgate party where they opened up the tailgate and they did a little meet and greet and then they did a gifts exchange, and this all happened while we were in line at a Starbucks drive-thru kind of watching it all go down. Okay. There's so many straps to keep track of. I don't know if I get all of the straps. Oh, I already see straps I did not get. Damn it! Damn straps! Do you think this is Guild Ball? You just have belts on every part of the miniature? I do not think this man's belts have enough belts. So they use belts to hold down the belts. But yeah. Yeah, if we're doing any kind of gaming tomorrow, I will... Best time for me, maybe 2 to 3 p.m. Probably the best time for me. I have somebody trying to schedule time in at that point that I don't want to have my time, so I won't just tell them no. No. Not the worst. I'm like such a big stickler for time, right? Especially when it's your own time, right? You owe nobody. Uh, you're on your weekend, and you've fulfilled all of your other obligations, and you're just on your own time. When people try to book obligatory shit in that time, that really pisses me off. It's kind of like people who book Friday afternoon meetings at work. I don't think you guys have seen me rage until you've seen me rage about somebody scheduling a 4 o'clock Friday afternoon meeting at work. That is dickhead town right there. That is dickhead central. Right? Never do that. That's just how to make people immediately hate you. But yeah, people be trying to schedule. Ooh, I'm gonna have to fix that because there's just like a big old gray spot there that I didn't like. But yeah, people be trying to schedule stuff on your days off. Hey Sean, what's up, man? Merry Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. It's a probably my that is probably my largest pet peeve, my largest idiosyncrasy. Is people who waste your time. All right. Yes, there's a bitching story about to happen. Okay? This has to do with boomers and technology. All right, I'm just going to say it right now. So this person needs my help scanning a document. This person is a boomer, right? And they need my help scanning a document. Scanning a document. I know I just said it, but anyways. Okay, no big deal, right? You scan a document. And those of us, not of that age can say, oh, that's no big deal. I've got a printer scanner copier, in my home. Just send it right over and I'll scan it. It'll take me all of 4 whole minutes to do. I just need a copy of whatever you need scanned, and I need a flash drive. So I could just scan it into your flash drive, and you get to go on your merry way and live your life and be somebody productive in society. You get to do that. That can be you. And so I explained this, not as sarcastically as I'm explaining it right now. I actually was very polite about it. Yes, it's no big deal, but this person, being the stress case that they are, and being fearful of the world and its modern trappings, was like, you don't understand! You don't get it! Oh, okay, good, I don't get it, so I'm not going to scan your document. Go find somebody that understands. Anyways, this whole thing, the whole episode started around, I want to say, Monday or Tuesday? We need to scan something. Okay, easy. Send it over. Let's just do it right now. You don't understand! And originally it was like, let's do it Christmas Eve. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let's do Christmas Eve. Really not a big deal. Come on down. We'll take care of it. Right? Again, this is 4 minutes worth of activity. Christmas Eve is about to roll around. Oh, I don't want to ruin your Christmas Eve. No, because you know what you're going to do? Is you're going to scream, I don't understand, and you're going to push this out again. So Christmas Eve rolls around, and I'm like, it's 4 minutes. We could just scan. No, we could just scan it. This is a thing. You could just scan it. No, please listen. You could just scan, and then instead, oh no, we're not going to ruin Christmas Eve. So push it out to Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Today. Hey, you got that thing to scan? Let's just scan it. We're all here. Let's go for it. No, you don't understand. And they pushed it to tomorrow. Did you count the number of times that this has been rescheduled? For 4 minutes worth of activity, folks. 4 minutes. We've now spent 35 minutes and 3 days rescheduling a 4-minute activity. Do you understand the level of frustration that puts in somebody like me who is very much about time and efficiency, right? That is 10 points of my blood pressure, folks. That is not okay. Okay? That you don't get to suck someone's soul out when they're trying to help you by being this incredibly idiotic and wasteful of time. You don't get to do that. That's like, it's inhumane. I'm going to say that. You're not okay as a person. You need to get yourself examined, is what I'm saying. All right? When you ask somebody for help, guess what? Guess what? You're asking them for time, and you're on their time, right? If I ask you for help, if I say, hey, Nelson, help me fix my tire, right? I got a flat tire. Let's say I'm a completely stupid piece of trash, and I go, hey, Nelson, come on, help me fix my tire. I don't know how to change a tire. And Nelson's like, okay, yeah, where are you? Oh, I'm parked in a parking lot. Yeah, well, see, I can just totally help you. I have I've got a car jack, and, I've got a lug wrench, and I got a spare tire. We could just do this. Where are you? I'm in a parking lot. You don't understand, Nelson. And I'm trying to imagine me just trying to explain that, and Nelson is now on the spot. I put him on the spot. He is now volunteering his time to help me, and he knows how to help me better than I know how to be helped. Okay? He knows that. And instead of showing common decency and saying, look, I want to be respectful of your time. Here's the address that I'm at, and let's get this done at your convenience. Instead of that, we get the, you don't understand speech. Oh my God. Oh my, I'm half tempted. I am half tempted to troll the shit out of this person. If you want my honest opinion, okay? What if I'm serious? I'm this close to this person coming over, and then what we're gonna do? Oh, and then I'm gonna fire up my printer and go, oh, you don't understand. Oh my God, it's true. I have done some evil shit. I do that from time to time. If people waste my time, I burn it back into their brain, never to waste my time. Okay? And yes, I do resort to some really heinous shit to get my point across. But that is my pet peeve. That is if you guys ever want to upset me or hurt me or cause my blood pressure to rise, all you have to do is that kind of shit. Just waste my time. Just continually waste my time. Because I will freak the F out. Yeah, just wait for him. You don't understand. They're supposed to meet me tomorrow. I'll be out gaming with Nelson and Jason. Where are you? Oh, I'm in a parking lot. Well, are you going to scan this thing? Well, you don't understand. Oh, man. That... Go ahead. F's in the chat if I'm an evil person. Go ahead. Say it. Like, if you... If, it's fine. If you're like, wow, okay, do not ask Octave to scan anything. Actually, you could. It's very easy because we all understand how scanning works. It's not hard. I guess that's the rub though, right? Because if you understand how scanning works, you wouldn't ask another person to help you scan things. You would go to FedEx like a sane human being and move on with your life. You would not involve another person and their soul and blood pressure. You would not do that to another person. But yeah. Yeah. That's right, folks. F's in the chat if you think that I'm a bad person and that, Oh man. I'm just a simple man trying to make my way to FedEx. Okay? There's your Star Wars quote, Star Wars fans. Oh my god, he said it! It would have been better if I was like painting a Mandalorian or something. It's paying Boba Fett to do it. Yeah, if I was doing that. I wonder how many of you guys, if your blood pressure is up right now after having heard this story. Come on, be honest. Like, how many of you are like, wow, this is some painful shit, man. It's that old adage, right? Penny wise, pound foolish. If you've ever heard that adage before, but it's penny wise, pound foolish with something even more valuable than currency, and that is your time. It's the most important thing. You never get it back, folks. Never comes back. Never comes back. But yeah, do not screw with other people's time. That's the lesson of today. If you truly want to not be an awful human being, do not screw with people's time. Do not waste their time. Do not be inconsiderate of their time. Do not shit on their time. I was going to start an entire religion based on time. Because I do think if there is we all want to believe that there's a morally perfect universe and that when you die, everything in your life gets set to balance, right? Like it all comes back. Like when I die, if I'm designing an afterlife, and I know I may have talked about this on stream before, and I've talked about this with some of you, in fact, that when I die, what I want to know is I want statistics on my life. I want statistics like you lost 31 hours of your life sitting in looky-loo traffic when there was no accident. You know what I mean? You have lost 4.5 years of your life standing behind the person at the restaurant that did not know their order and didn't bother to look at the menu while they were waiting in line. These are the statistics that I want to know about when I'm dead, and if there is any sentient being and they're and you have a meeting with them and they're omniscient and they know everything. These are the kinds of things I want to know. I want to know this stuff. I want to know how much of my life was lost to inconsiderate people or people that just do not have a good concept of time. You know? That's what I want to know. If there is a God, if there is a supreme being, whatever you want to call it, like please track this stuff because I want to know. Like, and then we can laugh about it, right? Because I'm already dead. Time no longer matters. I can now laugh about that and go, wow, I lost 16 weeks of my life because the person at the drive-through, forgot to order when they were at the window, and they pulled up when they were at the speaker, and they pulled up to the window to order. I want to know stuff like that. Is that weird? I'm curious. Like, does that? Am I the only person? Maybe I'm the only person. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks that way. There's a Jose story in here. I'm gonna try to. I gotta read it on the other screen because it's. Let's see. Except I had to drive down to San Diego 4 days in a row. I have a story like that. I'll tell you my story like that. First, they forgot the appointment. Fail. Then they forgot the reschedule. Fail. Then the car broke down. Ouch. Then she lost her car and could not show. Then she rescheduled her breakdown. After which I fired her. Wow. Good job, Jose. She forgot a reschedule? That's ooh. And she worked for you? Yeah, that's a fire. That's that right there. You fire somebody. You do fire somebody for that. If you forget meetings with your boss, you're done. That's it. Just game over, son. Just you're done. I actually did. I have a story of having to go down to San Diego 4 days in a row, and I'll tell you about it because I don't think any of this is confidential, and it doesn't even matter anymore. Um, but sometimes, occasionally, sometimes, I get dragged into some PR shit. Okay, for my job. Sometimes being the identified subject matter expert is bad for your health and well-being. And in this particular case, I was referred by one of the executives in our company. Said to this PR firm they were putting together an event, and one of the executives just sort of casually said, "Oh, here's the guy you talk to." Right? Here's the guy you talk to. Not that I have a job to do or regular duties or anything like that. But the PR, our PR team or whatever, they like to deploy me for certain things because, believe it or not, I'm really charming. It's true. It's true. Yeah. Wipe that grin off your face. It's true. In a professional setting, um, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those technical people that you can get in front of an audience or in front of something, and and I can put the show down, right? Um, I can smile the smile and talk the talk, and make people feel at ease, and talk about horrible people that waste your time. But anyways, so so this PR firm, they contact me and they name drop. Oh, this executive said you would be perfect as the person to talk to. Okay, cool. Will you come meet us in San Diego? We're putting together this event, and we desperately need your input on this sort of thing because we're not familiar with it. Okay, sure, whatever, right? We need you to talk to our professional painter and that sort of thing. Okay, so I go down there. All right, so I go to San Diego, and this is for something called the Avocado Festival. All right, this is about 3 or 4 years ago. This is for the Avocado Festival in San Diego, and I'm laughing because I find out what the event is for, and I'm like, oh God, is this some like millennial shit? Is this just like avocado toast, like on steroids? Is this where my career is leading me to? So so I get down there, and and it's we meet in this kind of corporate office building, and we're gonna go on site. There's like a wing or a hangar that we're supposed to go to, and then I meet the coordinators, the people in charge of this, and sure enough, they're a couple of younger ladies. They're in their probably late 20s, early 30s, right? Couple millennial, professional ladies, and they're really into their avocado, and and dealing with professional millennials is interesting because they talk with a lot of upspeak, and every sentence ends on an upspeak, and so all the information sounds like a question, and everything has this sort of inflection at the end of it. and you have to deal with that level of conversation. And as an older archaic person, dirty Gen Xer, yeah, it sounds very uneducated when you're asking a bunch, when you're saying things, but they sound like questions. You're making statements, but they all sound very unsure, and they all sound like questions. But anyways, so I meet with them, and I meet with the painter for about 5 minutes, right? Painter and we look at each other, we know, and we get that, you get that look, right? That knowing look, because this dude's been on the job for a while, I've been on the job for a while. We look at each other and we're like, man, this is some bullshit, right? And we look at each other, we go down the product list, we go, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to do this, 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 and this. He asks me, oh, okay, I need this. How about this, right? We're done talking. Me and this dude are done talking in 5 minutes because we just know, right? And he's got shit to do. I got shit to do. We gotta square this all up, and then we gotta go home, right? We gotta go on our merry way. We make moves. This is what, like, right? We can't waste each other's time. There's already a couple of millennial ladies wasting our time with a bunch of other shit that they're worried about. Anyways, so we have our 5-minute talk, and I go back my merry way. All right. The rest of that day, their millennial party coordinators or whatever they are having conversations with my company's millennial PR firm. Okay? And you have this layer of people that are not involved in the work, that have never seen the work, that don't understand the work, discussing the work. Okay? They're talking about what me and this contractor should be doing. And it's like it's like trying to change a tire from Jupiter. You can't. There's no. I think they're supposed to get a tire, and it happened the rest of the day. Why are we talking about this stressful shit right now? Anyways, it happened the rest of the day, and they couldn't figure it out. I stopped reading my emails because I don't know. I fucked off. I played Guild Ball, something like that, right? Typical Octave shit. This is a PR person talking to another PR person. Like I don't even want to walk into that conversation. But anyway, they have this conversation. They get really stressed out about something. Like they get freaked out about something. And our PR team calls me. They call me on my cell phone because a couple of sales trainers found my cell phone and they handed it. Anyways, they found me, right? And that's kind of difficult to do, as some of you know. They found me. Octave, we need you to go to San Diego tomorrow. Why? Well, we were just worried about this. No, it's fine. I talked to the painter. We're good to go. But yeah, that's your fault. You didn't, order the. Like I told you exactly. I sent you the I sent you the product number. I sent you the amounts. I sent you everything you need. Just hit the effing button, right? Just stop. Anyways, it's like ordering. You've been behind them in line when they order boba. And they're like, yeah, can I have I just want a vegan boba, and I want to make sure that there's no sodium in it, and I also want to make sure that there's no sugar in it. And you're like, you walked into a boba shop, lady. Anyways, so they have this freak out, and I go back down there. I go back to San Diego. Go all the way back to San Diego. Go all the way back to the avocado thing. Stroll up. The two ladies, the millennial ladies, could not be found. I'm like, you know what? F this. I walk on site, find the contractor. Again, we have a 5-minute discussion. Hey, what's this about? I don't know, man. They're like mad, worried about something. Well, how are you? Are you good? I'm good, man. All right. Later. So I leave because he has his plan. I know my plan. We roll out. We live our life. We make moves, right? So we go back. I was supposed to be painting tauntauns, but we go back, and I go back, live my life, right? Again, same thing happens. There's another freak out. They're worried about something. Here we go. It's that PR, the avocado PR team, our PR team. They get a bunch of questions. They can't get it right. They're not happy. Something's wrong. Octave, can you go back to San Diego tomorrow? Why? Why, right? And uh, and at this point, I I give our own PR team actual shit over it. I said, look, I run a lab. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but we don't make products in this company unless I do my job. You know, holding people's hands at the avocado festival, not necessarily my job. Okay, it's just kind of cool extra shit I do once in a while when an executive drops my name. Anyways, so I have that discussion with our PR team, right? Our PR team goes back to their PR team and has that discussion. Look, we can't just send this dude out here. He has a job to do. They're not happy, right? They go full Karen. They're not happy. And they bring it back to said executive. He comes back to me. Hey, look, dude, I know this is ridiculous and it's silly and gives me the mea culpa thing, right? I know it's ridiculous, whatever. And I'm like, and I tell him like, can you please? Okay. Did it? Are we back? It looks like. Oh man, did I just get? Ha. Okay. It. Wow. Okay. I guess we're not ever allowed to say that word again. Yeah. It maybe it is. Maybe it's a. Yeah. I heard that Twitch makes that a bannable offense now. Wow. Crazy. Sorry, China. I mean, YouTube. I don't know. Maybe. Dude. What happened there? Wow. Okay. Now we know. We're not allowed to talk about it. I guess we're not. Yeah, that's. You guys. I guess we don't. No. Okay. No more dropped frames. It was weird. That was weird. We'll see what happens if I get warned. All good. They don't want me to paint tauntauns and be angry. It's fine. Say what's he say it again. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, that's wild. I want to see like does the face of YouTube show up? Never use that word. Maybe. That's wild. Is it? I don't think millennials is. Is it? Maybe. There, I just said millennials and we're still on. That's crazy, dude. Wow. I think we learned something. We learned YouTube doesn't like it when I cook pancit, nor when I say the K word. Now I have to use the K word. Okay. Wow. I think you're right because they changed like their terms of service or whatever. I should expect to see a like a warning letter or something, or a strongly worded letter. That's wild, dude. I'm just gonna paint some bedrolls. Never mind. Nah, I don't care. I wonder if you titled if you title the stream that, if it just won't allow, like maybe will it fire off a warning and you just get in trouble immediately? That is wild. how'd the story end? Oh, yeah. So after that executive kind of begged me to go down there and just fix it. That's what I went down there, got a meeting with the two individuals and the contractor, and we took care of it. And then that was it. And then, and there was still some hitches on our PR end, but I just kind of I just washed my hands of it. I was like, your deal from here, we're done. I'd given you a week of my life to fix this thing, and it really wasn't a problem to begin with. So, anyway, that's what we got. But yeah, it's just a huge pet peeve, right? You don't want to have your time wasted, especially not your weekend. But yeah, occasionally I get involved in that kind of stuff, and that's the issue. That's the issue. I get involved in that kind of stuff, and I sometimes it just gets a little too sticky or a little too time consuming. And it's true. Sometimes there are just people that, for whatever reason, like they're trying to be thorough, or they're trying to be, they're trying to be efficient or thorough or exacting, right? And sometimes it's at the expense of the entire value of whatever it is that they feel the need to be precise about, if that makes sense. Like, right? It's like if a customer, Sean has shared some stories with me of a customer that has done exactly this to him in his little business corner of the world. That that a customer is going to that he had a customer that was so problematic that they were not worth the dollar value of the business that they were bestowing. Right. And that's where things get really bad. Like if you've messed up to that point where you paid $50 for something and you keep mucking with the process, such that the person on the other end who made the $50 is now having to spend $150 just to address whatever it is your complaints are. That's bad. That's just being. I really do feel like that's where the cure is worse than the disease, right? And that is. And yes, that is typical K-word behavior, folks. That is typical. That's why that word exists, you damn censors. Anyways, wow, dude, that curtain really did come down. That's wild. What the hell? Crazy, right? That was. Yeah, what are we gonna say? That was just wow. What is that? All right, let's make some snow here. GW owes you a new star player model. Dang, but you know what I mean. It's just they're just people that cannot. They just can't. They can't function for whatever reason. Say it again. We need to be sure it wasn't just being coxed. What, Karen? Oh. Circle. 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 I know, we do get coxed quite a bit. Maybe we did get coxed. I don't know. Maybe it was me doing maybe, right? The upspeak? Maybe. Am I the only person that just absolutely, like, upspeak sounds like nails on a chalkboard, too? That just sounds, it just sounds so obnoxious. Like the worst thing ever. Absolutely, absolutely hate it. I'm gonna look up and everybody's gonna be gone. Upspeak. Wow. Rough, dude. Roughness. Alright. So we're doing the snow deal. Ooh, my snow's a little, this snow is a little too thick. It's a little thick. It's like Play-Doh going down. But you want, for Hoth bait, for Hoth stuff, you do want more snow than you might typically put on your snow bases. I usually like to do snow bases on, you know, when I do a snow base, I usually don't put much snow on it, but this is Hoth, dude. We gotta have a fair bit of snow. I don't want the whole base to look white because I always think that looks stupid. So even though Hoth is an ice planet, I'm still gonna give it a little bit of greenery. And you guys can be upset, and you can K-word out about that. Oh man, that's it. We're banned. This is the last stream officially. Goodbye, my friends. We're done. We're done. Oh man, what a way to go. What a way to go. Being mad about, being complained about by people who complain, and then just getting deplatformed for that. That would be, that would be okay. Like that would just prove the point, right? That would prove my point if that actually happened. But yes, it's Jose's fault. He had to talk about going to San Diego back and forth. Jose, I guess maybe he just has some like bad luck having to go. Every time he has to go to San Diego, it's like bad things are afoot. What's up with that? There's some curse between Jose and San Diego. See, Nelson saying "Letits now," right now in the chat. Letits now. Let it snow. You guys remember that SNL joke? The Sean Connery. You guys know. You guys know. I love those jokes. Remember when you're allowed to be funny? Alright. Anyways. We're doing this snow. And then, yeah, I mean, like I said, tabletop ready. It's just a matter of Han and Chewie, which I will most likely get up tomorrow morning and I'll just paint them. I'll paint them on Twitch for anyone who's awake in the early hours of the morn. We can talk there. Maybe I can get banned from there too. I could tell the same story and get banned. You stepped away. What happened with Jose and San Diego? Well, he ended up firing somebody for having to go down there 4 times. And then, I don't know. Just San Diego. Every time Jose has to go to San Diego, it's like a story. I don't think I don't think he had to deal with the same PR firm I did, but all right. Wow, we really did get into it though, right? We did cover all the bases there. It was a pretty boomer-esque level rant on my part. I'm now curious. I'm gonna check my YouTube email and see if I got like a warning or anything. Um, yeah, the Ponset stream this morning just ended, and I'd like tried to get it back, and it just wouldn't come back. They were like, "You're done, dude." This is baking soda or brand product. This particular snow is this stuff, Army Painter Snow, which is fantastic. Do not buy GW Snow, okay? Go baking soda before you go GW Snow. There, I said it. Why? Because GW Snow, when you look at it, it's very light, like you sneeze and it gets all up in the air. That's super bad. It just very difficult to work with. And if you're going to breathe on it, it's going to get on your models. The other thing with the GW Snow is it's not white. It's very yellow. It's very yellow snow, and it's creepy. All right, let us paint these bases. And then we're going to call it. We're going to call it before I get banned. Well, I mean, if I'm going to get banned, I'm already going to get banned. But let's see. Let's see. Did I get banned? Maybe I got a warning. That would be under that. Yes, this email. Oh, copyright claim. Okay, this one's not so bad. So I got a copyright claim for the Ponset stream, but it's not a. Yeah, that's a very minor offense. It's just basically it's not a strike or anything like that. Usually, what happens is they just monetize the video for the person making the claim, which is fine because they will make 0 cents. They lost more money making the claim than they would um, than they would actually just not making that email. So yeah, well, Jose, I had music on in the background, and yeah, YouTube picked up on it. What I did was I had a headset on while that stream was going, and so I was kind of banking on the headset filtering out most of the ambient sound so that you wouldn't pick up the music, but it did. So that's not a big deal. But we'll see. We'll see if I actually get in trouble for tonight's antics. We'll see. Be curious. That's wild, dude. I don't think I was coxed tonight because I was actually watching, when the lag started, I was watching my network activity and it seemed fine. The only thing I will say is that the encoder had dropped frames. So maybe it was something on the encoder side that caused that. And it was just timed at such a time. It just happened to coincide with the more controversial part of my rant. So maybe, I don't know. Good news is this stuff is done, folks. And yeah, I'll paint some Han and Chewie in the morning, and we are good to go. All right. Any questions, or comments, or threats, or obviously the people threatening us are not. They're not leaving comments. They're just, how dare you? I would actually be okay with it if actually YouTube, the face of YouTube showed up with like a glowing light behind it and it started screaming at me and chasing me down the hall. Like Time Bandits. A movie which I have been watching again recently because I love Time Bandits. If you have not watched Time Bandits, you do need to watch Time Bandits. It's very important. Specifically, you need to watch the Robin Hood part, which is one of my favorite parts. But there's so many good parts to that movie. Ian Holm as Napoleon is pretty amazing. And the movie's got Sean Connery in it, too. It's a great movie. If you have not seen Time Bandits, go watch Time Bandits. Like, you owe it to yourself. Should be able to find it on Netflix or Amazon, no problem. So see flat bases, when you paint the black in, it absolutely helps, but then it doesn't give you the same level of satisfaction as painting a round lip base. Right? Painting a round lip base really does like frame your miniature. It's like one of the best feelings in painting minis is when you get you fill in that round base. All right. Okie doke. But yeah, we are there, folks. We're gonna. It is. I think we're just gonna chill, unless you guys have any other topics, questions, or comments, or anything like that. Tauntauns they look like tauntauns. I don't really have I don't know. They're kind of cool looking. Guy's jacket's a little shiny. Hopefully the sealer will address some of that, right? So like satin sealer, you can see the satin sealer. It toned that guy down quite a bit. How do you just get like, I just want an army of Nin Num. How does one do that? This guy is awesome. There needs to be a Nin Yum force that is led by Nin Yum. Right, I want to play that. Can I play that in Star Wars? I'd be happy about it. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, Tauntauns, fun, wonderful. Tauntauns coming your way, folks. And then tomorrow I'm gonna I gotta decide. Do I buy the snowspeeder or the do I buy a snowspeeder or do I buy a or do I buy the walk hat dudes or nothing? Maybe I don't buy anything. That could be a thing too. Maybe I buy stuff for another game. I don't know. It could happen. So, yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think we're going to call it here. That's going to do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. If I get banned, good night, everyone, for good. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.